But I think you've hit on a fundamental problem with most evangelicals actually are not really very keen on the teaching of Jesus.
Yes, yes.
Give me Romans, give me Paul.
Yeah.
So you could say broadly there's a twisting of Paul out there and a rejection of the teachings of Jesus. So it doesn't get more fundamental than this, the point we're making.
Who was it? Was it James Kennedy?
Yes,
I think,
yes.
Who said that he was following that same line, the Gospels and then the Gospels. And
somebody corrected me on that. I'd been talking about him as a Lutheran. He wasn't, in fact, a Lutheran. He was a Calvinist Presbyterian, and he's the one who said, many people think the teachings of Jesus are important. That's not right, he said. What really counts is that God came and died for you. That is a hugely mistaken concept.
Terrible.
It doesn't get any worse than that.
I hope people won't buy into that. I mean, obviously he's passed on, but he's a very charismatic speaker and all that.
He was.
But his charisma doesn't make up for the fact that what he said was just straightforwardly wrong. The teachings of Jesus are absolutely important. And,
absolutely. In fact, there are warnings throughout the New Testament. In 1 Timothy 6:3, it is Paul says, if anybody comes to you and doesn't bring the teachings of Jesus, watch out.
That's right.
The guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
And then in John's epistles there, you've got the same thing exactly. The teaching of Jesus is everything. Don't have anything to do with something.
Right, exactly.
So you don't get the phrase teachings of Jesus. You hear about the life and death of Jesus.
Right.
Jesus came to do 3 days' work, Billy Graham says.
Sort of thing, yeah.
But what happened to the teachings of Jesus?
Exactly.
What would Jesus do?
Right.
That's all right. That's good. But how about what would Jesus say?
What would he say? Indeed.
Isn't that fascinating?
I love it. Well, I speak sometimes to Christians as I travel and go along, but it's surprising. They can't believe that people are saying, well, the teachings of Jesus, that's not what it's all about. It's not that important. But they do say that.
They do say that.
Some of these folks actually have big followings. It's unthinkable to me and to you, I'm sure.
It is, yes.
But wow, it doesn't make any sense at all.
No.
So what they're wanting to do is sort of lead out Jesus' teaching, say, that was basically for the Jews, not for us. Exactly. And they want to say, okay, we just seize on Paul. Now, Paul is us, and that's what we're...
Dispensationalism is the technical term there, capital D. And the worst form of dispensationalism is where you say only the late prison letters of Paul are valid. So Paul would have to have gone back to former converts and say, I got it wrong, now let me give you the real gospel. This is Bullinger, let's name it, the Companion Bible.
Yeah.
It doesn't get any worse than that. I like that southern expression.
Yeah.
It's an absolute denial of Jesus. Very dangerous.
I think it's great and tremendously important to encourage people. Read the Gospels.
Absolutely.
Read the Synoptics and read Mark, because this is our foundation. Everything's here.
Yes.
Jesus is talking about, building on a good foundation, in Matthew 7 and all that. If you build he that hears my words and he does them, that person's building on a good foundation. But so, for goodness sakes, Paul was building on the foundation of Jesus. Can we get that? And I was working on a study recently where I was pointing out Paul's message, his ideas, actually you can find them drawn from these words of Christ. So how can you come along and then say, the teachings of Jesus, now that's not so much, that's not important.
That's amazing.
It's unbelievable.
When Peter is said to be the foundation, his confession is the foundation of the whole church.
Absolutely.
I'll build my church on your confession.
Exactly. Wow.
It's very clear when you see it, and if you don't see it, it's the blinding effect of groupthink, isn't it?
Oh,
People are not thinking in church.
Right.
We need to change that.